I think that this attention to detail, I mean, like sort of like this mothering a little bit, you know, like of the overall process that includes others, you know, because design is never, it's not like, it doesn't live in the solipsism of art, you know, like it's essentially and by definition a collective or cooperative, you know, like process. I think that this aspect it is what is crucial here. So I think it's this claiming, you know, like of the overall journey that it's game changing, you know. It's the place a little bit like as a game changer, and it's a process of individualization too, you know, like, so about creating position. I mean, it's a little bit easier, I think, there are no real bold statements, I think, that can really be made, but it's a little bit more almost about like dealing with the intricacy of small data than the sort of like analysis of the big one. I think that we have been on the right track for 2 years, but not because we chose from top, but because we listened from what was available, you know. So it's that is what it was contributive to creating the right, you know, container, you know, like for the content too. That then we captured, you know, like these issues, and we found out there were people that were willing to engage or were already engaged in it since a long time, and others, you know, like kind of new, that definitely had an interest in it. At the end of the day, it all comes down to individuals. It all comes down to those that really make a commitment to it, you know, like, so there is no grand narrative that you can construct, you know, like really from top down. I think it's unpredictable, you know, of course, like what and how things will be, but I believe that we have sort of like ignited a form of like dialogue, you know, like and ways of like working with others, but also expecting from each other, because we're not a rich event. We don't have, you know, given funds, you know, like to do what we do. We have to fundraise whatever we do. So the basis of this conversation is co-sharing, you know, it's sharing. It's like co-creation, collaboration. Nothing of this happens if, you know, like, unless all of the parties involved are really sort of like chipping in basically with something. So and I think this is quite a healthy way to put it. The future of it, again, I think it just is a matter of like individuals involved in it, and if this can influence some course of like direction and sort of like top-down directives and etc., then we're all happier. And but we have, in our, you know, way, impacted for sure, you know, like public, you know, like awareness around these subjects. I mean, the Beijing vice mayor was visiting Dashalar and Baitas just, you know, like 2 weeks ago. He went visiting the pilot programs, which is this long-term program we have, you know, developed over the past few years. He was very pleased, and he made he made it its own, you know, goal to go see and understand, because of course this has now become a very hot issue, you know, in the governmental agenda. We have quite heavily contributed to that, I think.